Welcome to Leading Edge 120. You're with Maureen Metcalf and Greg Moran. So, Greg, there was an interesting article in the New York Times today about unicorns becoming zombies and what's happening in the startup world. Can you give us some insight on that, given your experience as a startup executive?
Yeah, for sure. It's really going to be kind of this generation's version of the dot-com bubble, right? So we've got a lot of companies that took investment coming out of the pandemic. Typically, a round of investment in the VC world is intended to give you a couple of years of runway. So we're coming to the end of that 2-year window. And with the economic headwinds that came into the economy with the beginning of the Ukraine war, what we're finding is that there's a lot of companies that had business plans and concepts that really couldn't weather the headwinds that we've been facing. And so as a result of that, we've got now a bunch of companies that are running out of funding and can't get another round of funding because their underlying business plan wasn't sound and or the product really defied physics. And I'll tell you what, at some point, the chickens are always going to come home to roost, right? So what's the leadership lesson in this? Number one, if you're a founder or somebody who's running a company, pressure test your business plan, pressure test your product, make sure it's real, and make sure that while you don't have to be EBITDA positive, you should be able to see it from here at any given moment in time. And then if you're an investor, this is really the time to do, serious due diligence on both founders and CEOs as well as on product to make sure that you're not putting money into something that won't work. And then finally, make sure you've got accountability built in so that the founders and CEOs aren't walking away with a bunch of your money while the company itself fails. And we've seen quite a bit of that the last few weeks, both locally here in Columbus, Ohio, but across the nation as well.